Sani Abdul. Doctor, you are welcome. Mr. President, we have waited for today, and we have waited for this moment. Mr. Chairman, how I wish it's not the state minister that is in our midst today. How I wish it's the minister. The Ministry of Housing, even though the permanent secretary is new, the state minister is new, thought the only role of the National Assembly is this yearly ritual. Bring the budget, and then nothing happens until next year. And this is exactly what the Ministry of Housing does under the President's leadership. First, I have not seen the components. Today is a budget defense. All that the minister read was the capital component. That is one angle, that's one leg. We have not seen the personnel, we have not heard about the overhead. So what you are bringing today for defense is actually the capital component, and therefore the committee must arrange for you to also bring in the overhead and the personnel, which we found in the course of budget defenses that have been very much abused. I'm not saying it's abused here. I want you to look at your presentation on page 2. On page 2, Mr. Minister. Summary of capital cost allocation and utilization. On the table, you have 100 billion appropriated. You have amount released, 100 billion. You have utilization, 77 billion. And the percentage of utilization is 77.3%. But the next outstanding application, the outstanding appropriation, you have it at 22.6 billion. No, it's not an outstanding appropriation. It's outstanding utilization. It's utilization. That means in your kitty, you have 22 billion that you have not spent. So I would like you to acknowledge that. Then you open your page 3, and you say 40, status of the renewal of agenda. And Mr. Chairman, by your living me, renewed home housing estates and cities program in the current transformation development agenda aim at addressing housing needs and social inequality by providing a broad range of affordable house ownership options in Nigeria. And then you go ahead on 4.1, the aim, status of national housing program. The aim of the National Housing Program is to provide accessible, affordable housing to the growing population of the country. This effort is an attempt to solve the challenges of housing deficit in the country. A total of 7,522 housing units spread in all 35 states of the Federation and FCT have been under construction, and out of which 3,388 units are completed, while 4,134 units are still ongoing. See details and the 6 and 5. This is music to our ears. But these are very strange figures to us. I'm from Bauchi State. I represent Bauchi State. I don't know why you are doing this project. I don't know how. Here I am representing the very good people of Bauchi Central, which is one side of the state. I've been here for close to 1.5 years as a senator. I have no knowledge at all on this renewed hope agenda. Is this renewed hope only to you or to Nigerians? Even as you are not reporting details of what you are doing, are you reporting details to Nigerians? Do Nigerians know about some of these things? Ostensibly, this is supposed to cure deficit and probably bring some political mileage to the administration. I'm not an APC member, but I thought this program is cardinal, it's important, and that's why the president paid attention to it. But along the line, I'm not sure you're doing justice to him. And I raised this question and asked my colleagues, members of the Senate, whether or not they are aware of the establishment of this ongoing project, they are aware of the completed project, they are aware of the size of this project. So, former Speaker and the Minister, you know, you are a parliamentarian of a very long standing. You know how it is done. And I find it strange that we have all gathered here today to now approve the 2025 appropriation. And in view of the fact, we have not satisfied the 2024 appropriation as far as I'm concerned. I don't know the mind of other members. I need to continue to do this. At the end of the day, the citizens have God, including at all of us. Mr. Chairman, I made my case.
Building land houses, Mr. Chairman. We don't acquire land in one day, do survey in one day, do planning in one day, do approval in one day. More importantly, in 20,000 housing units. And again, in 35 states of the Federation. So we know as senators that in fact we had an intention for the capital projects in 2024. So it will not be out of place that the ministry is projecting and explaining how that is dealt. Not that 2024 has come to an end and the capital project has been released fully to them and they have not done anything. So I just want to make that clarification that 2024, yes, it's not 100%. Yes, but I'm just saying to you that the capital project was extended by Senate for another 6 months. So there's enough time to report on progress on the renewable agenda housing project. But it is not that Nigerians don't know, or we don't know, or it's not in the budget that was present, or that work is still ongoing in respect of the federal housing project. I dare submit, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Zita.
Chairman, I take very special.
Get the government. No.
Chairman, protect me, please. Chairman, can I be protected?
So the minister the law. So the
I must mention your name.
Chairman,
Please calm down, calm down.
Okay, Chairman, I am still Ostam.
Honourable Minister, you still expect your response on this?
Yeah.
All right. Senator Zita.
I am Ostam. Mr. Chairman, please protect me. Protect me, sir.
That is my position.
Okay, I remain.
Get the government. No.
Chairman, protect me, please. Chairman, can I be protected? I need to answer the questions that were present, where legislators and our duty is to oversight them. So when we ask them questions, we should allow them to answer the question. Honorable Minister, I want to refer you to page 4 of your presentation. And item 5.0, outstanding liabilities. You reported that you are owing 6,455 contractors, a total sum of 92 billion naira. This ministry has actually sent hard-working Nigerians back to their villages. This ministry has rendered hard-working Nigerians useless because they have used their money to work for you, and you keep on piling liabilities upon liabilities year in, year out. My question is, out of these 6,455 contractors that you are owing, do you have a plan of calling them to forgive this debt? Or do you have a plan to pay them? And if you have a plan, what is the plan? Thank you.
is not here. You are Minister of State. I know you have the mandate of the ministry to be here, but it would have been, I would have been happier if the main minister were here. Because when he came last year, some of us made it clear. I spoke. I said, look, I am not representing urban dwellers. And that goes for most of us here. We are representing places that may be remote and may not be in the metropolis. Okay? And so we are all keenly interested in your programs for invigorating rural housing, housing for the vulnerable people. Okay? And it is in that respect that I would have wanted further interrogation, but unfortunately the minister is not here. You are here. So I'm sure in the course of time we will have an opportunity to interface with him. But right now, I'd like to refer you to page 3. And it seems to me there's some confusion between your 4.0, where you are talking of status of renewed hope agenda housing scheme, and then shortly below it, 4.1, you are talking of status of national housing program. There's some confusion as to whether we are talking of the same program or we are talking of two different programs run by your ministry. Please, if they are different, then you need to throw more light on the differences and on the performance, on the status of each. Mr. Chairman and members, Senator Ningi was right when he said, when he sought to know the details of these projects. From Bayelsa, I am not aware of the renewed Hope Agenda housing schemes. Have I heard of that phrase before? Yes, I have. But have I seen work? Am I aware of actual construction going on in Bayelsa? It may very well be, but I can only speak to what I know. And so when Senator Ningi sought to know, to get details, that resonated with me. And I think, Honorable Minister, you may do well in your response to throw light on it. And if you are not prepared to do so, I think, Mr. Chairman, we should direct him to, as soon as possible, furnish this committee with the details in terms of contractors and locations, and also the status of, since now it seems to me that these are two different programs, of the first one, the Renewed Hope Agenda Housing Scheme, as well as the National Housing Scheme. So you should furnish us with that, because we all need to know. But finally, Mr. Chairman, beyond briefing us on specific housing programs you are executing, I would like, if not now, maybe later, subsequent interaction, you throw light on the mortgage policy, which will give confidence to the private sector to invest in this sector. Because government cannot build houses for all Nigerians. So the main job of the ministry, beyond the Renewed Hope Agenda scheme or this or that scheme, however laudable, is to use the Federal Mortgage Housing, Mortgage Authority, and these sister agencies to get the private sector to buy in and invest. It's the private sector that can address this, not the government, although efforts of government are appreciated. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much.
I've been in the House of Assembly since 1999. I was majority leader, then speaker. So all the complaints or the observations raised by my dear distinguished senators are correct, I acknowledge. And I had wanted the minister to be around myself because I've been even sick. Apart from being new, it was only on Monday that I reported back. I was away for over 4 weeks. So he called me that he's traveling with the president, so please I should come. Probably I will preside over the defense. But definitely, or really, he asked for extension or postponement of this defense. And that would have been even be better and good for me, not only for the committee. So up to now, I appreciate the legislative arm because it's my first time of being in the executive arm. So all the comments you are saying or you have said, I will allow my directors to respond to this, especially the difference between the renewed hope agenda program and the national housing program. I'm still also yet to understand the difference between the two. So please, my director, public building should respond, please, with your permission. With your permission, sir. So, sir. The director building? No, not I'm saying, it's also new, so you can't respond. The director building is there. Public building. Okay.
From the time you came into the circle. But on the report, which you just read out, I want to point out to you. In page 3, Status of the Renewed Hope Agenda Housing Scheme, from the things put down there, you said we should see details in an extra 5. There's no an extra 5. There's no an extra in the document. Where is it? Is this separate? You are referring to another document. Because if you are referring to and see an extra 5 in what you are doing, you will expect it behind somewhere. So we are going to read. I'm happy that you pointed it out, all of us, that section 5 is another volume. And the same thing with an extra 6.
This guy has increasing his
The same thing. Don't let it go. The same thing with an extra 7. You're not seeing them here. And you go back there. All the extras are not there. So it means that for the purpose of this defense, we are not able to see in very clear details what you have been able to do. My other contribution is on the utilization of the 100 billion naira which was approved in the supplementary for 2023, and the whole 100 billion was released to the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, out of which 22 billion has remained unutilized. That budget has lapsed. That supplementary budget, it lapsed in December 31st. What we extended now is 2024 by 6 months. That will lapse in June this year for now. So if we have concluded 2023 budget by 31st of December, including the supplementary, what has happened to the 22 billion that is being utilized? Where is the money? That's my own question on the 2023 supplementary before they take decision on other things. Thank you very much.
Yes, we have timelines from the Appropriations Committee, but we will get across to them to extend our own timelines. So we allow you to go and come back on Tuesday. Keep your documents so that you come back with them. Okay. Return them to, okay, all right. Return them to the Secretariat. Send them now. We have a Federal Mortgage Bank. It's only the ministry that we are allowed to go. Then we take you on, all right, Monday.
So thank you, sir. Monday, what time?
Monday, 12.
Okay.